every once and again, we happen upon a story that we might just avoid because we want to avoid the perception that a personal vendetta is being served up alongside our reporting. Yeah. And we seriously considered avoiding this one, but then I recall the words of my dearly departed grandmother. Want to know what she said?
Fuck him and feed him beans.
That too. But she also said, now, Nicky, baby, there are 3 P's that you need to fear. Your parents, the police, and the prosecuting attorney. You might note that Petty Paige's name is left off of that list. Also, we reached out to both of the women involved in this story, and as you might guess, Petty Paige declined to respond. Ashlye Kyle, however, provided us with a statement, and she also urged us to let you guys know that we are the only channel that she will be providing a statement to, as she doesn't intend to be gaslit any further.
Good morning, angels.
Good morning, Charlie. Hell.
We in a hurry.
Okay. Before we get started, we'd just like to take a brief moment to say that the opinions stated in this video are just that, opinions. They are not facts, which means that they can't be proven right or wrong. And we don't want you guys to go to anybody else's page spreading hate, because honestly, it's just not worth it. Now, we don't apologize for how we feel, because that would be like apologizing for keeping it real. Love you, angels. Enjoy the show. Y'all know y'all want to follow us on Instagram. Do that. All right, angels, we gonna get into some things, but first, time for a little shameless self-promotion. Mocha, you like makeup, don't you?
I've been known to dabble, cut my face in it.
And I've got it on good authority that you like the true crime.
I do. I hope to be featured in it one day.
Well, have we got a channel for you? Makeup and Murder is a true crime YouTube channel where beauty and blood collide. And guess what? It is hosted by yours truly.
Hi.
So, you know what? Go ahead and get in that description box, find the link for the channel, or let's just put a banner right up there or there. Somewhere where the folks can go ahead and click on it, go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can see our very first video that is coming out super soon. All right? Makeup and Murder, because life's a blush and then you die. All right, angels, got my notes. And I've already...
Handy dandy notebook.
Yeah, handy dandy notebook. No, I've already had the conversation with myself because I realize that my tone needs to be careful, not pointed, very soft around the edges. Because, you know, we've got a bit of a tumultuous relationship with Miss Petty Paige.
We sure do, don't we?
And so some things are going to be said in this video that she doesn't agree with. And
all of it.
The entire thing she's not going to agree with. But I don't want, you know how sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to stay real cool, pop a volume, you know, just kidding, that was a joke, right? So the tone stays cool, everything stays real calm and collected, because we really believe what we're about to say. Yeah. And it needs to be said, and, you know, that's just going to be that. That's just going to be what it is. That's that on that. That's that on that, sis. That's it. So I just kind of want to start by saying, you know, that it's really disappointing to have to say what we're about to say. Especially at the time that it is right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always want to, in this situation, it'd be great to, like, mend fences and give support and be like, you know what? Damn right, she said that. Unfortunately, in this situation, that was a bunch of bullshit. The entire thing. So it says right here to mention, you know, not gonna lie, we let Miss Mamas have it before. We have.
Sure have.
You know, and so all that's to say, she's let us have it on the heart.
We don't have no future, according to her.
Let her tell it. We don't have no future. We're a couple of bum bitches, you know what I'm saying? Just, I guess that's life.
Well.
I guess that's life. I guess that's what it is. So all that's to say, I don't want to give anybody any excuses to play the victim and act like we were mean and malicious, so we just gonna keep it real cute. So, last week, Petty Paige went on live stream, and she had some really interesting things to say about Miss Ashlye Kyle
and Hannah from Smokey
Glow. So let's take a look at the things that she had to say about Ashlye Kyle and Smokey Glow. Full disclosure, we went ahead and snagged this clip from
Bruce Allen,
because he was the only one who had it.
We'll link him down, the full video,
in the description box below. Feel free to watch that if you want to. Take it away, Maestro.
Okay, so this is where I'm going to have a quick moment and talk about performative activism, because this is something that we've seen a lot on social media. A lot of different people doing performative activism, pretending as if they're down for the cause when really they're not. And honestly, listen, right, I'm just going to be honest, right? I'm mad as hell, right, because I'm heated, because I feel like Spanky spoke, and this is the first time that I have ever felt like my feelings were validated. Like, I wasn't wrong, like, I wasn't fucking crazy, because I thought that this was just nuts. It was nuts. And I'm only going to speak about my experience, and the only reason I'm speaking, because if you're going to sit there and say, oh, look at her, turning this whole situation, talking about her, we are talking about black pain, and my black pain is just as valid right now. Y'all can't tell me that my black pain isn't valid or that I don't have I shouldn't be able to speak in this moment. Because honestly, this really pissed me off. No end. And I just kind of feel as if like I was made to feel like I was so wrong for feeling this, right? And I'm going to say it again. But this time, I'm not going through as much postnatal depression. And if people come at me at this moment in time, I feel like I'm strong enough to handle it. So, fuck you, suck your mother. All right. Sorry, a little bit of patois came out. Just a little bit of patois. So, y'all will remember earlier on in the year where things went absolutely up for me, right? Where social media was calling me all of the names under the sun. I was a... Remember we had this discussion about black people not being able to, you know, fully be... You can say something. But when it comes to actually feeling the oppression of systematic, that is something that unfortunately cannot be comparable to any other race besides black, period, right? We've already had this discussion. That whole situation pissed me off because it all came down to Paige was a bully, right? Remember I was a bully for speaking my opinion on questions that my audience asked. So the audience asked me questions, and then because I responded with my valid opinion, I was the bully. Remember? I was the bully, I was the aggressor, I was the mean person in that situation. Please remind us that that is exactly how that situation went, right? Questions were asked, I responded, Paige is the bully. She is actively bullying people. Now let me ask you, what colour were the people that I was bullying? Were they white cisgender women? Was I actively attacking them? Going out of my way to attack them every single day on social media? Or did I just impart my opinion? I imparted my opinion and I got chastised all across social media, right? I had several people leave my channel telling me I was a good for nothing piece of garbage human being. I even had a white woman sit on her platform and tell me to go myself in front of an audience while people applauded her and said, oh, she's so fantastic, when I never said anything close to that at all. So you want to sit there and talk about performative activism? I am sick to death, and I'm speaking specifically about those two ladies, right? I'm sick to death of being in a situation, especially when it comes to y'all's, where y'all are validated a lot higher than myself constantly. And I am having to quiet my voice. I am having to stop feeling the way that I feel. I have to pretend like injustice isn't going on within my community purely to appease the masses, and I'm done. I am done. I've been done. I am done. I'm done, right? That whole situation my head up mentally in the worst way that it could possibly me up. The worst way. I had a white woman sit down on her platform and tell me to go myself. And y'all clapped. But y'all will be the same who were sitting there with your power fist saying Black Lives Matter. Bull. Black Lives didn't matter. Bull. All of you who sat down and clap for this white woman telling me to go myself. Every single last one of you. And for the other white woman who turned round and said to a whole audience, oh, I'm not going to this party, aren't I a great person? Look at me, I lost out on going to this big influencer party. Without going to the people individually and actually telling them that she's not attending before she went to her audience. That is performative activism. Going to your audience and speaking from a place of, oh my goodness, is exactly what that is. So guess what? You two, I don't want to hear y'all say about this story. I don't want you to breathe a word about this story. You're not talking about it. Not on my clock, not on my time. Because when it comes to performative activism, y'all's the best. Y'all's the biggest. Y'all's the best who ever did it. Because when it came down to it, you put yourself before anybody else. You put yourself before gay men. You put yourself before black women. Period. 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 So I don't want to hear you say on this topic. I don't want to hear you sit down and virtue signal like you're the good, blessed white person, because when it came down to it, you didn't give a shit about another black person. When it came down to it, you stayed silent while the entire community sat down and pummeled people to the ground, to the point of depression, to the point That's where you were. You didn't give two when it came down to it. So I don't want to hear you say. Don't say a word. I don't want to hear you say. And every single person who was there clapping for that white woman who told me to go and myself, you mother too. I don't want to hear y'all say mother. Because those are the biggest performers out here in these streets. I prefer honesty. People who are but at least they admit they mother. That's what I prefer in this universe. Not people who will sit there on their platform and tell their whole audience of over 100,000 people that they're not going to this party because of these bad people before they even go to the individual and tell them anything. That's exactly what that is, performative activism. People were sitting there thinking, gosh, she took such an L. Oh gosh, she's against some of the largest influencers on the platform, bless her. No. And when I said she should have had the common decency to speak to somebody about it before she went to her audience, I was not wrong. I was not wrong because y'all stand so mother hard for bullshit people. That's why y'all were too blinded to see. The most disrespected woman on this planet is the black woman, and that is period. And I'm at the point now where I am done being disrespected by people. I am done allowing people to talk about me like that. And I am done sitting there and feeling like I have to apologize for being who the I am. Or have to validate who I am to appease people. But I was the bully, the aggressor. When y'all know I did nothing to Ashlye Kyle but unfollow her. And I didn't even speak about it. I didn't make a post and say, I unfollowed Ashlye Kyle because I didn't do any of that. Why? Because I'm grown. Because I can just unfollow somebody and go about my day. But I was made to feel bad about it. And even when I apologized, and I sat down on my platform and I said, listen, Ashlye, I actually to this day don't understand what you're upset about, but I'm sorry if I made you feel bad. Which was all that I could say, really. People are like, it's not a real apology. You're not even acknowledging why you're sorry, so it's not a real apology. F you, go yourself, Paige. Call y'all. You can never invalidate me. You can never silence my voice. You can never take away my blackness. You'll never be able to take away who I am. And these performative mother activists are exactly the reason why this community is so exactly that. Exactly that.
What the hot steam in hell did I just watch?
Train wreck.
Like, if that clip isn't an attempt at revisionist history, then I don't know what is.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like her version of events conveniently aligns with the Black Lives Matter movement that just started getting a lot of traction. And it's a cute story for the new people who weren't there and don't know any better, but it's not exactly how things happened.
Yeah.
I think the most disappointing thing is it seems like, you know, she's trying to validate her behavior at the time by taking like a minute small event and then pairing it with something that actually has like legitimacy, like performative activism, which she was talking about in the clip. Like, that's a legitimate thing. That actually does happen.
Yeah.
It's really disgusting, and we see it on social media all the time.
All the time.
That is tried and true. Like, it's some people's like brand.
Oh, it's
like
our go-to, honey.
Like, what are they gonna pull out the box today?
Yeah.
We see it every day. It happens. That's not what this was about. It's kind of like when politicians do that sneaky little thing where a piece of legislature is about to be signed off on, and you know you need support from other politicians, right? But the other ones won't support it unless they're able to like sneak in like stupid little initiatives that they're trying to push into the fine print. That's what this feels like it is. To make this entire thing make sense, we really have to go back to December to the Houston parties.
Last year.
Yeah, of last year to make this entire damn thing make any sense at all. So last year, Nick Snyder hosted a party.
Yeah.
It was either a Christmas party or a housewarming party or both of them. We weren't on the
big
invite.
long party.
One big long party that we weren't on the invite list on, so we just assumed it wasn't worth being there. And it was around during that time that Nick Snyder and Rich Lux lived together in the same complex.
Yeah.
That time. Well, at the time, Nick, Rich, Dustin, Paige, and them were taking a fair amount of heat because For whatever reason. I don't remember why. I'm just going to be perfectly honest. That was a long time ago. I've slept several times. I don't remember why the girls didn't like them at that time. They just didn't like them at that time.
I think it was like Rich's racism started to come out a little bit.
Yeah.
Was that around that time?
Because, like, why even remember? Like, I'm surprised that she even remembers this happening because, like, well, whatever. So the girls weren't feeling them at all. And by the girls, I mean the viewing audience.
Yeah.
They had just about had enough. So they had this party, and Ashlye Kyle, who at the time seemed to be pretty much aligned with that group, right?
Yeah.
And Smokey Glow, who I didn't even know had any dealings with them to begin with. Yeah, I didn't even know they communicated.
Oh, okay.
Well. Like, okay. But they decided that they just weren't going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smokey Glow decided that she was going to announce to her fan base, her audience, that she wasn't going to go on Twitter, that she wasn't going. How do I feel about that? So, because I want to talk through the points, because I think they all lined up to the bigger, like, explosion, right?
Yeah.
So one of Petty Paige's first gripes was that Smokey Glow, or Hannah, decided that she was going to announce it on Twitter that she wasn't coming before she talked to Nick.
Yeah. I mean, I do agree with that. Like, she could have.
I mean, yeah, she could have. But, so here's my thing. Do you know how many invites I've gotten to a party and I knew that I wasn't going to go, and a friend asked me if I was going to go, and I told them no, and anybody else who asked before I even told the host of the party, if I even got around to telling the host of the party. Because literally, when it comes to a party, you invite 30 people, you expect 22 to show up, and that's just going to be what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it was about that. I don't. Here's what it boils down to for me. First off, let's just do some rudimentary math. One.
Oh God.
Yeah, here we go.
Lost me.
Great. One, it wasn't Paige's party.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't Paige's party. So why is she so there's that tone. Bring it down. Let's bring it down. Let's dull roar. It wasn't Paige's party. So I'm not even understanding if that's what she wants to say it was about. The logic doesn't add up there.
And I think Nick was just like, well,
shit.
I mean,
unless
should have reached out.
Yeah. Unless Nick is doing a lot of bitching behind the scenes and Paige is just the one that's being public about it.
Yeah.
Nick didn't have none of that smoke for Mama.
Yeah.
You know what I think it was about? It was about, Hannah was basically publicly distancing herself
from them.
Yes. Not, and Paige's ego was hurt.
Well,
Paige's pride was hurt, right?
Sounds about right.
It tracks for me, right? Because A, it's not her party to begin with. B, she told people she wasn't coming.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like something to have a stage 4, category 5, level orange meltdown about,
yeah.
Right? But I would kind of be hurt if it was a pride thing and I was just prideful and it looked like that you were publicly distancing yourself from me. That could be something. I don't feel that way, but I could empathize there.
Yeah.
That other stuff sounds like a load of bullshit. This is something I could be like, I see you.
Yeah.
I see you. I get where you're coming from. I wouldn't do the same thing, but it tracks, right?
Yeah.
So immediately she's pissed off at Smokey Glow.
Yeah.
Hannah, if you will. Then Ashlye Kyle doesn't come, right? And I don't even think Ashlye Kyle, you guys will have to remind us because it was many, many moons ago.
It's funny, yeah.
I don't even think Ashlye Kyle made a big fuss about it. She just wasn't there.
Yeah, I think she texted them and said that she wasn't
That she wasn't coming.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, and at the time, I do remember, maybe, as I recall, many moons ago, you have to remember, Nick saying he was disappointed because he had already bought her a plane ticket or something like that.
Either Nick or Dustin, I can't remember.
One of them, right? Okay, that's fine. Still no cause for a stage 5, category 4, level orange meltdown.
Yeah.
But if you happen to think that your friends or associates are publicly distancing themselves from you, and you're expecting some sort of loyalty from them, then I could venture to see how that would be really disappointing if your pride and your ego happen to be hurt in that situation. So that part tracks if we follow it from that sort of perspective, right? Now that other shit, I can't even get on that train because it don't make no damn sense.
It don't make no sense at all.
I will say this, because we gonna keep it 100. We gonna keep it a buck. I can understand how it feels to feel like your friends are being disloyal. I understand how it feels, right? Because it happens. Yeah. It happens all the time. You expect loyalty from your friends, but girl, like, you of all people should know they ain't building them like that no more, boo.
Especially on the internet, honey.
Especially on the internet. They don't build them like that no more. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it don't matter how you feel, it matters how you look. Okay? Miranda Crossgrove said you got to get a grip and bite your lip to save a little face, you know? So here's...
Miranda Lambert.
Oh, is it? Oh, Crossgrove is that other one, huh?
I don't even know who that is.
The little girl from Nickelodeon.
I don't know who that is.
Well, Miranda Lambert said you got to get a grip and bite your lip to save a little face, and that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Like... when you feel those people distancing themselves from you, you just have to take it for what it is.
Goddamn, either talk to them or it's like, well,
right.
Bye, honey. Bye.
Especially because in this situation, I think Paige was further irritated that I remember at the time, Ashlye Kyle's, like, something was going wrong with another YouTuber's kids. And Ashlye Kyle empathized with that YouTuber, like...
with their cats.
I hope that your kids are okay. I hope that everything is okay. Paige doesn't take that kind of behavior very well.
Oh, honey.
Because she sees it as a betrayal of trust.
Yeah.
Our opinion.
Yeah. We don't know her, thank God.
We do have a personal situation that we can talk to. Remember when Dustin Daly gave us that story? And Paige lost her damn mind on that. He gave us a statement, a mere statement. We reached out to him for a story that he was involved in, and we wanted to be fair, so we reached out to him to get a statement. And he gave us a statement. And then she went on that podcast, which, as far as I'm concerned, more disasters have come out of that bitch than Malibu, but we don't have to talk about it. She went on that podcast and basically raged against the machine that he had even spoken to us.
Yeah.
And I was just like, honey, what?
Statement.
It's not like we're gonna steal him from you, run up his credit card balances, and have him ditching your calls. We're not 22 anymore. Like, damn. If this was a couple of years ago, that would have been the MO. But all we wanted from homie was a little statement. And she got pissed. She got pissed because in her eyes, it's a betrayal of trust.
And I can see that.
In our opinion. The shit happens all the time. Sometimes you see your friends or your internet or YouTube or Twitter friends talking to people that you just don't like, and you got to save a little face. So you know what you do? You let distance do its thing, right? You put a little space in there, right? I mean, first off, you got to start watching what you say. Because here's the thing. You can't control who your friends are friends with.
Yeah.
That's crossing a line. You gotta let your friends be friends with it. And nobody's gonna tell me. I had an incident before when somebody was gonna try to tell me who I was friends with. I told them to kiss my ass.
Honey.
You can kiss my ass quick. I'll be friends with whoever the hell I want to. But also, I can see the need, especially in this treacherous landscape that we're on, to sort of protect oneself. So you got to. You know what? You peep that shit and you be like, oh, okay. So you start watching what you say around them.
Yeah.
Not that your friends are gonna tell your tea, but you have no idea how much tea I've gotten on accident, by mistake, because we just talking casually, and now you done let the bitch's business slip to me, and I don't even like her. So I can imagine that happens with other people all the time. You know what I'm saying? So you got to start watching what you say around them, right? Just watch out a little bit. And then when they start inviting you places, you pull the little, oh, okay, who all's going to be there? Oh, hey, girl, how you doing? Oh, no, a pool party sounds cool. Who all going to be there? Oh, that's my girl. I love her. Oh, you know he can get the party started. Okay. All right. Oh, Victoria's going to be there. Okay, boo, sounds cute. So I'm going to let you know. Yeah. So I'll talk to you a little later, boo, but I'll definitely be in contact. Click, not going.
Okay.
Not going. Because don't you hate to show up to the party and the bitch that you don't like is there, but they happen to be friends with your friend, and now you got to sit in the bitch's face and act like you like her, but you don't like her?
Just ignore.
Now you have to act unbothered.
Okay.
Because you're not going to get my goat, okay? The cost of my goat done went up. It's going to be a lot more money for you to get it. You ain't going to get it that way. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to, and then the last step is you just let time and distance do its thing. And then when they find out that that friend ain't shit,
they'll call you back.
they'll call you back.
I'm like, oh, okay, thank you finally for realizing that.
And hopefully you don't pull a Jeffree Star and say, you're not still hanging out with that gorilla, are you?
Oh, God.
Because that would be the wrong way to go about doing things.
Yeah.
But, you know, some people have. Some people have. They've done it before. But, you know, just let time, distance, and space do its thing. You gotta... You can't do what you did. You can't do what you did. So, at the party, the gang decides that they're going to get together and go on camera. And
do that live stream.
Do that live stream. Y'all know the live stream we're talking about. That one. And they were going to answer a couple of questions. It was the most awkward damn thing I ever seen in my life.
Oh, honey, seeing Jen Gerard with that stripper. That was awkward. That was so awkward.
She wanted a piece.
Yeah, I mean...
She probably... You know... Never mind. Never mind. Listen. The tone, the sarcasm. We're watching it. We're being very careful. It was so awkward because Nick and Dustin were obviously having a friendly little funk. It felt like they were funking about something, just a little bit on the
throwing a little bit of
throwing a little bit of shade,
forth.
you know, a bit of banter. And Paige took the opportunity to tell people how she really felt when she was asked certain questions.
Yeah.
Well, now it should be noted that Jake Yonsei was sitting right there on that couch too. And as soon as the difficult questions came up, what little mama do?
She got up and left.
Pooched it right off camera.
So did that Rich Lux did too, didn't she?
Pooched it right out of the room. So I don't see the same amount of anger reserved for them.
Yeah.
Because, girl, they abandoned you too.
They said bye,
They
honey.
said bye. Excuse
Yeah.
me from this narrative. I'm leaving. I don't see you mad at them. I don't see you pressing them. So it just read a little weird. Now, Paige got on camera and said that she felt like Ashlye Kyle wishing her enemy's kids well felt like a slap in the face to her and her kids. How?
Yeah. I was confused too.
If I say, oh man, I heard your dog was sick. I hope your dog is okay. I don't want your dog to die.
Yeah.
I'm just wishing, like, it's a dog. I want it to be well. I want everything to be okay. Just because, so here's the thing, and this is where I think that, the emotional maturity is just not there. Because wishing
totally agree
someone
with
well is not wishing poorly on you.
Yeah.
Hoping that someone else does well or improves or gets better, because at this point I don't even remember if it was about the damn kids. I
can't remember either.
Ashlye Kyle stepped out of line and encouraged someone that by Paige's account she shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And she felt like, and she said it right there on camera, I just felt like when she wished her kids well, it was like, fuck me and my kids, isn't it? No. Where you got that from and how you came to that? Absolutely not.
That's weird.
That
was really, I can't describe it any other way. That was weird.
Insecure.
Well.
Insecure. Because here's the thing. Ain't nothing a bitch can tell me about a bitch that I know is my friend.
Yeah.
I don't care if you wish them well, tell them to hopscotch bagotch down the corner. I don't care because I know who my friends are. If they're really my friends. Now, if I'm not sure about you, or we're not exactly as cool as we need to be, I might be a little worried, but I'm not going to respond in that way because it's going to make who look bad? Me. It's going to make me look like an asshole, right?
Surprise, Paige!
Surprise! So, Paige expects blind loyalty, and when she doesn't get it, she gets pissed off. Now, it says here, not for nothing, this was a bad look at the time, and it's even a worse look now, that she's trying to make it about silencing or chastising creators of color, but more on that later. Because I don't know. She went there, and I was just like, I don't see it. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see it. So Ashlye Kyle at some point actually went on cam to do a video of her own, and she told Paige to fuck herself.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was just like,
damn right.
Damn right. Damn right. Because I saw it through the lens of Here is Petty Paige throwing a fit because she's not getting her way, because she feels like her friends are being disloyal.
Yeah.
And she's beating her chest trying to G-check somebody.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. You could come to me and have a conversation and feel like, I feel like this, that, and the other. And I might agree with you. I might disagree with you. But I ain't going to tell you to go fuck yourself. Now, here's why I tell you to go fuck yourself. When you get on camera in front of everybody else and start trying to disrespect me or check me like I'm a little punk bitch.
Yeah.
That's
she
when
sure
I'm
did.
going to react exactly the way Ashlye Kyle did. And I'm going to tell you, go fuck yourself. And that's what she did. I didn't know Ashlye had it in her.
I was like, oh, go ahead,
I was
girl.
like, you know what? You all right with me.
Were
You
they
all
even
right with me.
friends?
Who, Ashlye Kyle and Paige?
Were they like associates or were they friends?
That, you know, it was sort of a homogenous group. Like,
Okay.
so you know when you have a big group of friends, there are always friends that are closer in the group and then friends that
Yeah.
are just kind of there by association, but they still end up like getting grouped in with one another.
Yeah.
And I think that's what actually happened in this situation. Obviously, Ashlye Kyle wasn't there for it.
Sure was.
And it probably shocked the shit out of a lot of people. It shocked the shit out of me.
I guess.
But I was just kind of like,
girl.
okay, honey. So, Paige, you got to use your words, baby mama. Like, you have to use your words. I understand that a lot of people live rent-free in your head. But
Yeah.
I assure you that you don't live rent-free in theirs. So, to assume that people automatically know how you feel is a gross misjudgment.
Yeah, that's... Don't do that, honey. Don't ever do that.
And then she responds with emotions, and she feels like all the heat that she's given, almost lost my damn notebook again.
Oh, your handy-dandy notebook.
She feels like all the heat that she's given is necessary and warranted, and of course everybody understands and gets it, but they don't because they don't understand what
they're
you're
looking
coming
at you
from.
like, girl, what are you talking about?
Why are you
Where
having
is
an
this coming
episode?
from?
Exactly. So it's just like, okay. So to go on the Ted offensive on the entire internet was not the move.
No.
And I think that she realizes that now because now we're trying to explain away our behavior by saying that it has something to do with performative activism, which I don't understand because that's not what this is about.
Yeah. Not at all.
Let's just, you know, and we got to keep it real. We got to keep it real. Let's talk about the history that we know that we're basing it off of. Smokey Glow has a pretty pristine record as far as we know.
Yeah.
She's got her degree in social work. She's been about that life as far as we know. She's never had an incident or a run-in as far as we know.
Yes.
As far as we know. As far as we know. So, I don't know how we could say that that's performative activism.
Because she's always been vocal.
Yeah.
As far as we know.
Exactly. As far
Always
as we
been
know.
Vocal.
I mean, she's been taking it there with Kim and, you know, just
Yeah.
as far as we know.
Yes.
She's never been the one to do that. So we're going to set that to the side. Now, let's talk about Ashlye Kyle because we're going to say this. We're going to be just like completely transparent and upfront and honest with y'all. Ashlye Kyle is actually one of the creators on this platform who has always been very kind to us from day one.
Yeah.
And this is not a platform where people are kind to you or nice to you or helpful to you when you don't have anything to offer them.
Uh-huh.
So the fact that she was kind and nice to us when we literally had dick to offer her,
Exactly.
it says something about her character. I read on a sign somewhere, it was just like, being nice to someone who has nothing to offer you shows your character. Anyway, it fit in this situation. It felt like it fit. So we do have a fondness for Ashlye Kyle.
Yeah.
We'll be exactly upfront and honest. And we also have to be honest in saying that Ashlye Kyle was one of the channels that at one point caped for Jeffree Star
She sure did.
in a big way.
She was getting PR.
Yeah, she was getting PR.
Y'all seen her video.
But here's the thing, she was very honest about it.
Mm-hmm.
And if I must be honest, she started pulling away from that group, from Jeffree and that group. My memory serves me when she skipped that party.
Yeah.
I think not going to that party and then seeing the way that that's her name, that Petty Paige behaved, she was just like, yeah, I'm a little bit cool on this.
Yeah.
And then Paige was talking about how she was rewarded for, you know, basically admitting that she was doing wrong and then saying she was doing the right thing later. And then Ashlye Kyle was rewarded for it, but Petty Paige was punished. Now, baby, that's something we could have an entire conversation about because that's a
Okay.
conversation that I'm willing to have.
Well.
So let me do a tone check. I'm going to bring it down. I'm around the edges. So, I'm going to ask you your opinion, and we're going to see if we're on the same page. I think the reason Paige got a lot more heat for supporting Jeffree Star is because she's black. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
That's my honest
I
opinion.
agree with that, too.
Right? My honest opinion is the reason that she got more hate for supporting Jeffree Star was because she's black.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it comes to an issue of, and I'm not trying to talk to why she was supporting Jeffree Star.
Girl.
Like, here's the thing.
Damn
She's not a black American.
Yeah.
She don't understand the same things we understand. She doesn't perceive things the same way that we do.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that black Americans' perception of you isn't going to mirror our reality.
Yeah.
Right? So that's where you got the heat from. I think people were more forgiving to Ashlye Kyle because you can forgive or you can move forward more easily from a white person being an ex-Trump stan than you could, I don't know, Ben Carson up there caping for the man when you know he ain't shit and he don't like your people.
Yeah.
Listen, it's time to keep it a buck with these people because I don't feel like no one's being honest. You had your black ass up there caping for the man. Everybody was telling you he isn't shit. You're responding back with, well, I just can't relate.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, take your non-relating ass on. But
I mean, it seems like that.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Definitely seems like
It
that.
seems like you relate now that it's convenient.
That was a good, yeah.
Is that
Very good word.
performative?
Mm, I mean.
I can only work with the material given. We can only work with the material given,
Yes.
And to be perfectly honest, where we saw Ashlye Kyle pulling away months before anything went down, right? I saw a quote the other day on Twitter that was basically like, something about James Charles, but nobody was giving him smoke until it was involved, right?
Yeah.
We later found out that the whole James Charles thing was a ruse, but no one was giving a shit until it was involved because he's had some allegations about racism before.
Yeah.
I think those were untrue as well, but we're painting a picture here. Follow us, right? So then people said, Shane Dawson had some allegations about racism before.
Mm-hmm.
No one cared until it was involved.
Oh.
Jeffree Star had his allegations. No one cared, including Paige.
Mm-hmm.
Until children were involved. Because you remember the straw that broke the camel's back for Paige wasn't the racism. It was the...
Yeah. And
then
how
she
he
came
lied
out
to
with...
her.
And how he lied to her about it, right?
Yeah.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back for Paige. So I think the majority of people who are not seeing you or feeling you or hearing you, baby girl, are black people who are just like, not you though. Ashlye, okay, we see you. You know what? People make mistakes. We get it. You know what? You wasn't able to see it.
And she's been trying to educate herself.
And she's been trying. She's been
Yeah.
going through the motions, you know what I'm saying? She ain't never going to be able to feel it, but she could at least empathize. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What she's been trying to do.
Very hard. She's been trying.
But Miss Mama's over here. Paige, you should have been on this train, but you weren't.
Honey.
I mean, is that what you're getting? Because that's what I'm getting. That's
We're
where
on
I'm
the same
getting.
page.
So much so that whenever it came out that Jeffree called Jackie Aina a gorilla,
Oh yeah.
it wasn't even confirmed that he had called her a gorilla. But before the tweet could even be pressed, before we could even do the research, before we could even figure anything out, who came to Jeffree's defense? Y'all don't remember? I'm going to tell you. Paige came to Jeffree's defense
did.
and said that she would rather be called a gorilla than a thief, which is basically saying, if Jeffree did say it, I'd rather he call me a gorilla than he do what Jackie Aina did, was call me a thief.
Mm-hmm.
Which, here's the thing. Gorilla about the worst thing you could say outside the N-word.
Yeah.
Because there are certain terms that you
hurtful.
could say that, like, if you call somebody a snake, oh, okay, that just means they're sneaky, like a
Yeah.
snake is, right? There are certain animals that can be called to a person. It's just like, I don't like it. I don't like the tone, but I can see it.
Yeah.
Gorilla has nothing but racist connotations. You don't ever see no white person be called a gorilla.
Yeah.
So, But you were there and capping for him and on his side through all of that, up there loud and strong and proud with your Trump sign up. Jeffrey sign, Trump sign, same shit.
What's the difference?
What's the difference between Jeffree Star and Donald Trump?
Better hair.
Fuck them both. So I think that's the reason why people aren't feeling her.
Yeah.
She's not getting more hate, in my honest opinion. She's not getting more hate because, you know, she was black and the other people were white. Let's not try to make this into a race thing.
She definitely did. I mean,
She
I'm
did.
not trying to say, like, she didn't get any hate.
She
I'm pretty
did.
sure she
She
did.
got a lot of hate.
And,
And it also felt like shit.
Took in a, like, emotional toll on you. Like,
Absolutely.
we're not ever going to try to take that away from you.
No, because that's the other thing that'll be said. No, you feel your feels, but it would just be great as a grown woman if you would get in touch and know why you feel the way that you feel about things. And then, because I have to assume innocence. I'm trying here, y'all. So I'm going to assume innocence first and be like, well, maybe you just need to get in touch with your emotions and understand why you feel the way that you feel. But then on the other hand, if you know damn good well why you feel the way that you feel, you just have too much pride to admit it. Don't co-opt something like this movement into your shitty little, like, not even apology tour. What do you call, like, when people do something to save their reputation?
Trying to save face.
Yeah, don't co-opt the movement, try to save face for your bullshit. You had pride and ego and they were bruised because you felt like your friends were ditching you and then being very public about it. You felt sunned and disrespected, so say that.
And you don't like them. You don't like them. So, like, I just thought that was, like, horrible what she did.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't like them. So
Yeah.
she tried to pit that racism word on
Yeah.
them. Like, she didn't
She
ever
weaponized
say
the
it.
movement.
She didn't ever say it.
Yeah.
But, like, she knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
You knew what you were doing.
She
Paige.
weaponized the movement because she knows that everybody is at a heightened emotional state right now, and she weaponized the movement and tried to turn it against them. And when I watched that
playing on
video,
people's,
she was playing on
sensitivities.
people's sensitivities, and it's just something that I'm so tired of seeing done. Like, I can't believe that people are actually still falling for this big lump of horse shit. If that is what she was doing, it felt like that's what she was doing.
Me too.
Maybe she just doesn't know her emotions, but
That's how it came out to us.
that's how it came off. Like, what a shitty thing to do. Like, what a terrible thing to do to someone. It's just like, oh, I don't like you. I have a vendetta. So
I'm gonna paint you
Yeah.
in a horrible light.
she literally tried to say that people tried to make her look like she was the bully because she was black and she was arguing with two white women.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, that's unfair.
Yeah.
That's unfair. That's unfair. It's bullshit, and it's a
Talking
complete
about-
misuse of what's happening right now. It's one of the more disgusting things that I've seen.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
She was like, how are you gonna applaud a white woman telling a black woman to fuck off?
Because the black woman was full of shit
Yes.
at the time.
I
and everybody
applaud
knew it.
and I still applaud.
Exactly. Like, here's the thing. Y'all don't know how much we wish we could be saying the opposite of this.
Yeah.
But it's just not the case. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, no, bullshit.
Like, oh,
That's some
she's
fake.
black, so we have to, no.
And you know what
We see
also
what you're doing.
it makes me wonder? Because for the longest time, we didn't have channels of our own.
Yeah.
We were just people who were watching. This ain't some shit you just cooked up and it's brand new, so now you started doing.
Yeah.
This some shit you've been doing. So how many of the millions of hours of content that you've been putting out there is just smoke and mirrors and lies and bullshit? It's irresponsible. It's socially irresponsible. It's manipulative. I don't like it. It doesn't
don't
sit
like it
well with
either.
me. If somebody's an asshole, they're going to prove that they're an asshole in their own time.
Yeah.
And so she gets mad and she's like, they tried to make me the villain because, baby, in this situation, you were the villain.
Yeah.
And you know what? Sometimes, like, there's definitely a group of people who always, like, root for the good guy. But there are a lot of people who will root for the villain that owns their shit.
Yeah.
You know?
No, definitely.
A lot of people will. I like a good guy. I also like a villain who knows that they're a villain
like a
and
villain,
admits to
too.
being a villain and knows their shit. And it's just
Root
like,
for the villain.
nope, I'm crazy as shit and ain't shit you could do
Hey,
about it. And I'd be
okay.
like, oh, okay, that's cool. But this
Wanna go
whole
shopping?
right, you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
But baby, people they think that you're the villain in this situation because in this situation, you are the villain. and you just need to own it. You fucked up. You made a mistake. We've all made mistakes. I've made mistakes before. You know what? You own it. There's so much power in owning your shit.
Yeah.
You own it, and you're going about your
Oh,
day.
hell. Sorry, y'all. I done effed up.
First off, who gonna check you? You grown as hell. Who gonna check you? Who gonna say something?
Yeah.
It ain't like the YouTube police gonna come and get you, girl. Just say shit. I fucked up. You know another thing, because I was gonna let it go, but I think I'm a little bothered now. Another thing that concerns me is she's talking to her audience of predominantly white people, or I don't know. Who is her audience? Whatever. So she's talking to her audience of predominantly white people, right? Which is nothing wrong with it, but you know, she's telling this story under this certain lens, and they feel like they're doing the right thing by supporting her because that's where the moment is.
Yeah.
Not knowing that, honey, there are nuances to this situation that you just don't understand. Because if you weren't there, then you don't know. That is all a bunch of bullshit.
Well.
I'm sorry, I'm calling bullshit.
And then they start
attacking Ashley.
attacking
it's just
her
like, no.
Calling her a racist. Like, that's ridiculous.
Time out.
She knew what she was doing, I feel like.
Paige absolutely knew what she was doing.
No.
And then she put out that video. Now, we got some quotes from Ashley. We're going to read them at the end. Because here's where we need to talk about what got under my skin a little bit. Because I'm not going to lie, y'all. I'm not going to lie. There were some situations that I was looking at. And I was like, this is all a bunch of bullshit.
The entire life.
The entire live stream. But no. So you know, Ashley, because she's a better bitch than I, or she's more trusting than we are, or one of those things, she used to have a closeness with Paige. She reached out to actually apologize.
Oh.
Which is more, Ashley gave Miss Mama's more than I would have ever considered giving her.
Yeah.
And I've actually apologized to Paige before. But in this situation, had I been Ashley, I'd have been like, she could choke.
Okay.
Ashley reached out to apologize to Paige.
Sure did.
You know what Paige did? Paige gone put out Ashley's apology. That was done in the DMs.
Yeah.
Now, this is where I gotta say, hold the motherfucking phone. I'm trying to watch this tone. I'm trying to bring it down.
Take
I'm
a
trying
deep
to
breath.
take a deep breath because
Get your weed.
I'm not mad because it takes a lot to make me mad. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a little bothered. I'm a little slightly bothered because the culture that we're in, you know, when we were watching these channels coming up in the game, you just didn't put other people's DMs out there.
Yeah.
It's not something that you did without permission. So you know how many situations we personally been in that we could have absolved ourselves from by flashing a few DMs,
there you go.
but we didn't do it because we like, no, it's a code. It's rules to this shit. You gotta play by the rules.
Invasion of privacy.
So here we are playing by the rules, while the OGs who set the rules is out here breaking the motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Oh, we see who stick to the code and who forgot it. We see who stick to the code and who forgot it. You know how many times I could have just been like, oh, she said what? Here's a DM. Here's a DM. Here's a DM. You all get a DM. It would be so easy, but here we are trying to stick to the code and shit because that's what we thought we were supposed to do. Petty Paige out here just sliding the DMs out there. I saw that and I was like, you know what? Take her press pass. Take her press pass. At this point,
and
what?
she made it seem like that Ashley didn't mean what she was saying.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have reached out if she didn't mean what she was
First
saying.
of all, girl.
Go to bed. Paige needs to go to bed. Get your pillow, get your blanket, honey, go to bed.
You know what? Own your shit. Know what it is. We wouldn't even be in this situation that we're in right now. Had you would have been like, y'all. So I was mad, and here was why. People are so forgiving if you just like fess.
I'm like, yeah.
People be like, you know what?
I was pissed off.
I might have took it a little to the left. I was real mad because I thought she snaked me.
Yeah.
And that could have been the end of it. You see how I use snake there in relation to a white person, and I could do the same in relation to a black person, and there's no connotation to it. So you see, you don't have to drag everything, right? Not everything needs to be part of the movement. Not everything's a part of the movement. You invalidating the cause with your bullshit because you want to act like a high schooler. Mad because somebody didn't show up to your party.
At a party that wasn't even yours.
It wasn't even your party, girl. What the?
Mad because someone told you to fuck off. You deserved it.
You know how many times you told us to fuck off, Paige?
Okay.
If we wanted to be mad about it every time, we could. Honestly,
We'll be pissed off a lot.
we'd be pissed off a lot. Every time we turn around, you're telling us to fuck off, but you never
Every
add
opportunity.
us, though. Every opportunity she gets, but she don't add us, though.
Yeah.
You know. Rule number
Well,
one.
you know who... Oh, wait. We don't... I don't even know who that lady is. Never mind.
No, we don't. You know. Rule number one, if it's about me, at me so I can see it.
Well...
I mean, these are just the rules. But, you know, as we're learning, some people don't play by the rules.
Yes.
Unless it's convenient for them.
I mean, pretty much.
And then they bring up the rules all
Pretty
the time.
much.
And you're just like, but you didn't have that same kind of energy when... Okay, cool.
Maybe she's grown since then.
Ma-
Her name's Petty Paige for a reason. Let's be
yeah, let's just be
We
honest.
see it.
Fuck it. So y'all know we reached out to Ashlye Kyle and Petty Paige.
Mm-hmm.
Paige said fuck us because she usually does. But Ashlye
Everyone
Kyle,
does.
who doesn't, you know? But Ashlye Kyle actually did respond, and we actually have permission to talk about these. So, she says that she's okay. She deactivated because she was being flooded with comments that were calling her a racist, and she just couldn't handle it. She said, I shouldn't have reacted the way that I did. That was wrong. But my apology to Paige was genuine. I meant it. I was crying my eyes out as I typed it, and I hate the thought that she was hurt from our petty shit. I never wanted or meant for her to experience any racism from it, and I'm really sorry that she did. I am, however, not sorry she was labeled as a bully. She did that to herself, and everything I said in my initial video, I meant. I only deleted my video because she had apologized, which she deleted too. Then for her to blast my apology all over Twitter, as if it wasn't genuine, she knew exactly what she was doing. I had apologized for how I initially reacted. Forgot to delete one tweet, so that's a reason to blast it. She knew what people would say, and she knew what people would call me. Did she care? No. Do I care now? Nope. Like I said in my initial video, she can go fuck herself. That's my statement. Well, I mean, Roger. Loud and clear.
Well.
Over and out. Over and the fuck out. Because it is what it is. It is what it is.
Because it is petty.
It is
the entire
petty.
thing is so petty.
It is. Because she didn't come to a party. I mean, I know I've said that about 15 times in this video, but fuck y'all. This is literally.
Party, and she
wished somebody's
kids well, and she spoke to Sam here for the tea. God effing forbid. That's
God forbid. Warden, take me away.
And then she sends her attack dogs to call her horrible names.
Well, let's not call them attack dogs because...
That's true.
She sends her bodyguards.
She sends her bodyguards.
There we go. To
attack her.
Yeah. You know what?
Call
That's
her
what I was
racist.
looking for to say earlier. That's what I was looking for to say earlier, and I'm about glad I motherfucking found it because I had lost it. But now it's found. But now that bitch is found. So here's the thing. Maybe people don't think you're the villain for this situation. Maybe they think you're a villain because every person that you end up being at odds with, something terrible happens to them.
Yeah.
I mean... Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe it's a coinky-dink. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe that things happen for a reason. So maybe if every time you get into it with someone, something bad happens to them, either at your hands or the hands of a third party, maybe you're a bad person. Maybe you're a vengeful, angry, unforgiving person who just wants to see the world burn whenever you feel like someone has judged you poorly, stepped on
Wronged
your
you.
toes, wronged you in any way. First of all, you gonna block your blessings doing that. That's for A. And for B, ain't nothing good gonna happen to you when you act that way towards people. Sometimes you gotta forgive and forget and learn to let shit go. Cause that hate gonna have you aging, because they say black don't crack, but baby, it bends. I've seen it. So
Look at Andre.
so maybe you wanna give that shit a break. Every time somebody disagree with you, something awful happens to them.
You know she holds grudges.
She holds
She
grudges.
hated Sam like 10 years ago.
Homegirl been arguing with Here for the Tea for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, shit, I've seen this movie before.
Yeah.
First of all, she thinks that people have way more power than they do. Last time we got into it, she said we was going to try to foil her launch. Like we have the range.
Okay.
Are you
Been
arranged?
trying to ruin our birthday. Like, girl, we don't give an F about your damn birthday. We didn't even know it was your birthday, girl. We don't care about your birthday.
I mean,
If it was, we knew, honey. Like, well, we have something to say. We're still going to say it.
exactly. Who wants to celebrate Paige's birth?
If you want a tweet to ruin your birthday, girl.
Girl, don't you know on my birthday, I had someone who was aggressively tweeting me the most irritating shit ever. You know what I did? Block, mute, delete. And I moved on about my day. And because I didn't read into it so much, I can see that person now and be like, oh, hey, girl, how you doing? Because guess what? It ain't that deep.
It's the internet.
Bite your lip, get a grip, save a little face. All we saying here. Now, you want to talk about that disaster of a palette release of Jeffree Star's? Was that a palette? No, what the hell am I talking about?
Damn
Lipsticks?
lipsticks. Well, I will say, no, to be completely honest, like the lipsticks, the colors, the packaging, really cute.
Yeah, we're going to lose some people here.
I mean, but it was really cute.
Here's the thing, we can't lie. You know what I'm
We're gonna
saying?
sit there and be like, oh God, it was ugly.
It was because it wasn't. It wasn't. Like Jeffree, the makeup thing is Miss Mama's zone.
Yeah.
And I'm just not the kind of person who, just because I dislike somebody or disagree with them, I ain't got no hater in my body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could dislike somebody and be like, but damn, bitch, you did that. I still don't fuck with you, though.
But you did it.
But you did that. Like, even watching the little palette release, or palette, why do I keep calling it that? Because you bitches is always trying to kick us a palette. That's your fault. That's your fucking problem. Y'all always trying to kick us a palette. But looking at the lipstick release video, I was just like, damn, bitch did that.
Yeah.
Still ain't shit. Still don't fuck
But
with
a
you.
bitch did it.
But a bitch
It was
did
really
that.
cute.
Like, the vision and everything, all the...
Not all the visions. We'll get into
Well,
that.
yeah, we're gonna get into that. Although I will tell you, I don't like the way he has to fucking perch his legs up on that damn bitch like Polly Pocket. What are you doing, bitch? You're an adult. That shit irritates me. Let me sit on this thing like a fucking 3-year-old.
He's like 55. with
Fucking
pigtails.
pushing 60. Nothing's wrong with being 60,
No,
but
we're
like,
just being colorful. Ain't
grow
nothing
up,
wrong with that,
bitch.
honey.
No, so the inciting incident was that of all the beautiful pictures that were taken for that campaign,
They were alive.
they were beautiful. They were stunning. He used a lot of models of color, like See You There. Still don't like you. I feel like we
Okay.
have to throw that in there,
Yeah.
you know, just so people
Like,
know
bye,
where we
subscribe.
stand on the issues, you know. Of all of those, the picture that he chooses to publish is the one of the black girl
In the rat trap.
in the rat trap. Big picture of her in a rat trap, reaching for, you know, one of his velvet trap lipsticks that was awfully photoshopped in there. Here's the
Yeah.
thing. It's about the worst picture from the campaign.
It really
Why
was.
use that one? The picture didn't eat, sis. First of all, the picture didn't eat. Okay?
I don't know what that means, but it sounds so funny.
It was starved, deprived, thirsty for that thing, thirsty to be that girl, and it was not. It was not that girl. It was nowhere close to being that girl.
I like that saying.
Yeah, like the damn makeup, the lipstick, whatever the hell it is, superimposed there on the damn
Yeah.
picture. It looked cheap.
It did.
Think the police about to come get your ass. That's how
Take your
awful
ass
it was.
away.
Take your ass away for that bullshit. And this is the picture you choose to put out there, but you know why he does it? Black outrage.
Yeah.
He does it because he's just like, oh shit, I'm flopping, sis. I'm
I
flopping.
need-
I need
yeah.
all the these I can get to come and buy my buy my lipsticks. And they're not, because it still didn't sell out.
It really didn't.
Damn.
And he had to like remind everyone on Twitter like every 5 minutes.
I was gonna say once,
every 5
twice?
minutes, honey.
3, 4, 5
Like,
times.
don't you forget my new launch.
No, we are trying to forget.
Those mystery boxes, 85% sold out.
Oh, are they?
Okay.
85% sold out, huh? So y'all still ain't tired of getting expired ass makeup?
I don't know why he keeps giving them out. And then like some of the items, he was like, oh, exclusive to this
Oh,
one
we
box.
heard that shit before.
Stickers.
We heard that shit before, bitch.
Girl, that was crazy.
Oh, lying asshole. Ooh, stunts and shows. She'll do whatever it takes, won't she?
Honey.
She'll do whatever it takes. And still, all that covert racism and you still ain't sold out. Ain't it just a bitch? Well, and here's the thing. It's probably your best work in a long time, so it's actually a shame.
Well,
It's the most exciting thing you've released this year, and your shit's still flopping. See what being a bitch gets you?
okay.
See
They
what it
don't
gets
fuck
you?
with you?
They're not. They're not
Making-
here for it. They don't see you for it. They're not buying it.
He's feeling it. I feel like
I feel like
he's
finally
like,
Jeffrey.
good God,
Lynn
hold
said-
on, y'all messing with my money now.
Yeah, yeah. Here's the thing. Whatever just happened to like laying low for a bit, chilling out, reflecting.
I feel like he enjoys attention so much that he can't do it.
I feel the reason it's this way is because he decided he wanted to pussy stunt when he was going through his last scandal, and the ego and the pride and the hubris bled through, and people don't like that. Now I understand that you feel like the entire world is coming for you, and you got to do something to
it
make
probably
it.
does seem like
Yeah,
that.
it does seem like that. So you feel like you got to do something to make yourself feel better and look strong. You know what makes you feel better? Delete the fucking app.
Well,
How you gonna let people bully you over a device that has an off switch?
honey.
Like, do you know how quickly I'll be like, oh, they hate me today, huh? Well, deleting that app.
Okay.
What's up, girls? Y'all wanna go out and eat something real quick?
Like, no, not with Miss Rana running around.
Oh, well.
Bring your mask.
Bring a mask. Bring a mask. Anyway, it's probably time to wrap this bitch up. I don't know if y'all have noticed. We are so fucking tired. Like, look, my eyes have gotten so red throughout the filming process. And it's probably because, y'all, literally, we just got done filming for our very first... It feels so weird to call it an episode because it's really like a video, right? It's not an episodic. It's not a procedural, right? For our very first video for our... Is it a sister channel? It's a different channel.
Our
'cause
new
it's
channel.
Our new channel. It's
So
a
we're
completely
keeping
di-
this one.
We're keeping this one, but we have a new channel, and
Yes.
we just got done filming. And y'all, the first video is 2 hours. And so we've been doing this for quite a while.
We have.
So we're a little tired.
Hence my stumbles. If I was speaking.
It's okay though, cause a real bitch soldier
Okay.
through. A real bitch soldier through. We
Yeah.
see you. We see you up here doing what you gotta do. Anyway, angels. You know what? We thank y'all for fucking with us, for hanging out with us. You know
We
what?
appreciate it so much.
We're gonna sit here and hope that. Here's what we're not gonna do. Here's what we're not gonna do. I'm not going back and forth with none of them about this.
Okay.
None of them. I'm not going back and forth with none of them. Block, delete, block. I said what I had to say.
Hell,
Period.
Our feelings, your feelings. Fine. We feel different ways.
You could take yours to the altar. Don't try to drop it on my doorstep, because we not accepting packages here right now. Shit. It's not happening. So we're not going back and forth with none-yas, you know.
Okay.
The angels, of course, say what you gotta say down in the, in the
We're
comment
here
box
for
below.
it.
We're here for it. We gonna see it. Now, tonight's live might try to get a little messy. We gonna try to keep it clean. We're going to try to keep it clean. But there's a live 7 Pacific, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Be there, be square, And we're going to talk this whole thing out. There might even be some new issues that come to the table because,
We bring issues. Our name brings issues, apparently.
Yeah. So we'll just see how that goes. If you made it to this point in the video, put a
knife.
Put a knife. No, that's violent.
Nope. To reference our
Other
second
video,
channel.
our second channel.
that
Yes.
Our video will be coming out pretty soon.
Pretty soon.
Just
Yes.
Ring the notification bell, subscribe to our other channel. That's going to be in the description box. You know, also it's in the description box is the anthology that I wrote my first story to. It's there, and actually, the anthology saw #1 on Amazon in the horror anthology section.
Wait a minute. So you're a published author whose book that you're featured in is #1.
It went to #1.
It went to #1. And fuck, I thought we didn't have features.
Exactly. That's not so bad, is it, Paige?
Not so bad for a girl with no talent. Damn us not having features. Anyway, angels, love you so much. See you tonight. And until, oh, wait a minute. Y'all, I know y'all have noticed the skin is doing some things, right?
Okay.
That's that Curology.
She's glowing.
She's glowing. She's got a healthy glow
Okay.
with a little bit of sweat. I've been under these lights for several hours now, you know. But the cheeks are getting a little rosy. It's okay. Because Curology is still doing her thing. I want to give a big
Okay.
shout out to Smooches and Feathers for being a real one and putting me on that shit.
She sure
Thanks,
did.
girl, for doing what needed to be done. I
Doing
appreciate
God's
you.
work.
Doing God's work. Doing God's work. So y'all know, I'm gonna push a little review for y'all or whatever, you know, because I could be less impressed. The more we use it, we never know which way it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, angels, we love you so much. And until next time, keep sipping. Not bad for a girl with no talent. Bitch.